Hello, I am Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be showing you how I've been buttoning my way through Magedra Descended for the plus 15 drop at the very end. So, I do have lots of holes in my monster box, but between my two accounts, I can kind of fill in an appropriate team. It looks a little strange, may not necessarily be the most purely efficient, but I do have at least one slot that is not actually used. The place where I say 3 skill boosts is basically any card that has 3 skill boosts. It actually can be anything, and that's what Apocalypse is sitting there. I don't even use him, he just is present. And with Ganesha plus Dark Metatron, you do have 9 times multiplier, but you can somewhat button your way through various floors. You can use burst damage enhance active skills to help shore up the lacking damage. And on the boss, if you notice on Team B, I've actually got 4 different cards that actually can be swapped in and would actually deal damage. So it doesn't matter which one gets swapped, I'll actually be gaining a damage boost. Even though Astaroth is the lowest, it's still a damage boost because she gets the full multiplier. So I'm just going to hop right into it and do a couple of runs through to just give you an idea of how the dungeon plays through. So I'm actually recording from Fantastic's side because Mantastic is having issues connecting to my computer, which is annoying. So on floor 1, Team A, all they do is their true damage. So it could be any kind of true damage. I just put Famiel to show you that it could be Famiel, it could be Raw. There's so many different true damage options at the moment that it doesn't actually matter too much. Now you pop Durga or anything to get your health into the right zone. Durga works, Izanagi works. There's quite a few health resets. You swipe. There are no Skyfalls, so this actually goes quite quickly. And then we go back to Mantastic here. And then I will actually use my true damage, which is on my Ganesha. The Ganesha gets swapped, so you can't use Ganesha for damage enhance. And that's something I realized later on. I was like, oh, I get to the boss. Oh, where's my Ganesha? I don't get my damage enhance. Alright, so now this is where like it can get a little tricky. So I have Dios plus Thouser, which is basically allowing me to spawn orbs in a fixed pattern. So from this fixed pattern, I can generate sufficient combos. If you have, say, the Kieran from the Monster Hunter collab, if you have Van, if you have... I'm trying to think of... It's a lot of collab cards. If this fails, you have Apocalypse, have a bicolor board Green Sonya. Like, there are a few options you can use. Just some way to overcome this combo shield with ideally as little thinking as possible. So this actually will yield 6 combos, more than enough to overcome the combo shield. I sweep through. It's blue versus green, so I get double damage. I did have a damage enhance from the Durga. And now here, because I don't have Ganesha on Fantastic, and because Mantastic has the Thouser, I actually have to arrange in such a way that I have to use a pass turn. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but that's just the way my life works. If I had all the cards on all my accounts, I wouldn't have to use this pass turn. So what I do is I pop the Gemstone, which has no animation, so it's actually a quicker button, and this will allow me to have sufficient damage no matter what. So this punches through. He has a modest amount of health. And now we go to the final floor. So, like I said, no matter who they swap, I'm going to be gaining a damage enhance. So basically, one card's going to be dealing... If it's just Astaroth, she gains crazy amounts of damage. So I just pop Zeus Dios, and I swipe. The Gemstone does carry over, so look at... I do have big damage. Like, it did fall over pretty easily. Again, the idea is as long as you have enough damage, no matter who gets swapped, you will be fine. Apparently, I have my cell phone bill due. Alright, do I need that? I probably need that. So I'm just going to go through it again, just to show you that like this is a consistent strategy. So I'll go a little faster this time instead of just talking and narrating, which is hopefully helpful for the most part. But these runs I feel could be like maybe a minute or so. So like, what, 3:55 or so I entered in? Let's see. Let's see how fast I can button this through. So 3:55 approximately start. See how long this takes. And then swipe Barino. Remember, you have to get your health down low enough for this to work. I don't have a Phrasia, so that's why I'm using Cameo. I don't think Cameo gives as much damage as Phrasia. Maybe it gives a little bit more. True damage. And then the Dios with the combo generating ability. So it's fun that I'm at 1 health. There are no preemptive damages. But you have to use... Durga on floor 2, because if you use it on floor 1, you are going to have no health and die to that tiny preemptive. That's why I use Durga on floor 2. Alright, so here comes the pass. If I'd had every card in every account, I wouldn't actually have to use this pass, so I could have saved maybe like 6 seconds or so, 7 seconds. Maybe like 7, 8 seconds or so. At least the gemstone saves me like a split amount of time. There we go, big money. 355. So this has taken me pretty good amount of time. I'm just gonna check after I swipe really quick. So I started at 55. It's like 5:20, so that is a minute, not even a minute and a half. So a minute and 20 odd seconds it took. So that's pretty good for 15 plus eggs. Not too much effort once you make the team. Takes a bit of effort to theory craft it, but at least with Ganesha I'm getting a little bit more experience. I'm getting a modest amount of gold, so this is a consistent and quite efficient team overall. Hopefully this video does provide you with some inspiration as how you can tackle Magedra Descendant in a time-efficient manner. Obviously the cards you have at your disposal will mean you can vary. If you have Grimjaws, you can button through floor 2. I have to swipe. If you have Ganesha's Durgas or you have more choices, you wouldn't have to waste a pass turn. But if you can make it so Team B or Team A, whatever team is taking the who has the Ganesha as the leader, if you can make it so that team has like if you look at Mantastic's side here again, if you use a team that has cards that will have a guaranteed higher multiplier, you can do more damage. So that's why I didn't bring Tengu, because if I brought Tengu, technically I would have a chance that I wouldn't do enough damage on Magedra, because my burst may not be necessarily high enough. So if you can plan that that way, you can have a little less stress on your team. You don't have to worry about it, and you can bring like less burst inherits, so on and so forth. So hopefully you'll have a fantastic day. I wish you the best of luck in your plus farming adventures, and happy puzzling.